Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to Town of Crane Board meeting. I'll start off with reading minutes from last month, and then right after I will let you have the floor, Shane.
Yeah,
The meeting started at 6 o'clock p.m. with the Pledge of Allegiance. Previous minutes were read out loud by Jeff Clark. The attorney opened up with the council. The council had an executive meeting, and the only thing discussed was the subject that was posted on the town hall office information board. The attorney asked if the council agreed to the terms. All agreed. Everything went good with spring, fling, and clean. We're working on getting unregistered vehicles tagged and towed. Southern Indiana Development is accepting applications for home repair loans and grants. Vehicles are not supposed to be parked in the bicycle lane. It is okay to move over into the lane while driving to share the road with another vehicle, but please do not park your vehicle in the bicycle lane. CJ makes a motion to close. RT seconds the motion. Meeting closed at 6:11 p.m.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes.
RT 6 today?
Yeah, he had some appointments.
Wow, good rope. Right after that.
How did that weather do? I got that jelly tip
Yep.
on. Alright, Shane, if you'd like to go ahead.
Appreciate the council letting me attend the talk.
Thank
I'm
you for
Shane
coming.
Smith. I'm with UDWI RMC. I'm after you don't really know me. Been working with Jeff a little bit off and on about taking care of outages inside the town. We don't have an agreement in place yet. We really need to get basically an agreement in place because I need to invest a little bit in mapping out the system, getting the residents of the town into our system so they can just call a number for an outage. Right now, they call Jeff calls me, I call the crew. Not the most efficient. So, but before we invest in getting all that done, we'd like to have an agreement in place where we kind of know what everybody's role is and what we're going to be doing. I do have a copy, I'll give that to the clerk, of the draft. It is a draft. We've never done this before, so we're not tied to anything in there. So if there's anything you want to see changed, we'll do some back and forth. We haven't even looked at what the cost would be to maintain the on-call crews. It's going to be, it's going to be marked where we have on-call crews, but we haven't even done that work yet because we want to make sure we get the link right first. While we're working on this, we thought there might be an opportunity to partner more than just taking care of outages. I put just some ideas on paper. I got one for RT too. This has my card attached to it. So if you guys have any questions, if you have any thoughts, just give me a shout. We're here. UDWI's mission statement is to improve rural life. We define that by the communities we serve, which includes town of Crane. So if you need help with metering and billing, that's something we do every day. We could do that, and basically we could set up the rates so that money is being returned back to the town. So right now our rates are built in two pieces. One is a facility charge or a base service charge. That just covers the basics of power, whether you use any electricity or not. This is what we have to have just to get by. And then the rest of it's in the end. But when you look at what's in the base facility charge, it's the cost of metering, building, maintenance, outage response. some basic materials like transformers and meters. So the parts that the town is providing, you know, that money could go back to the town. You could actually increase that amount. So if the town said we need this much revenue, and that would be this much per meter per month, we could come up with a rate to make that work. We can go deeper into actually operating and maintaining the system. One of the things our lineman's concerned about is the protective devices coming into town, what we call an OCR. They've not been serviced in a while, they probably need to be replaced. We can do that, that's what we do every day. I don't know what your pole test strategy is. We typically have to test our poles every 10 years. If they're not tested every 10 years, one breaks and falls, that's a liability. As our lawyer would say, that's an open shot. So things like that we could do for the town, and we could work out a structure where the residents, either they stay residents and they pay the bill to RMC and we cut a check back to the town. We could work out a deal where we took over the entire thing, took over ownership, and then paid the town back over time for the value of that infrastructure, and then convert everybody. We can basically do everything from one end of the spectrum to the other. We just want to be here for wherever you need us to be. So we want to bring this in, kind of toss some thoughts out there on paper, give you guys some time to respond. Obviously, whatever you would be interested in, let me know. It'll probably take a month or two to draft up some sort of agreement. We just had a rate study done, so we have a pretty good handle on what our costs are. They go back in and pull out, this is what the cost would be just to provide the service.
Okay.
And
I think we definitely need to find out for sure what we can legally do, being the municipality and owning the electric rights.
yeah,
I want to make sure that we don't have to provide that to keep our status or whatnot.
yeah. And
So,
cooperatives have kind of done similar things with other municipalities across the country, really. I don't know of anywhere where it's been done in Indiana. So I'm like you, where I would have to rely pretty heavily on my lawyer to tell me what the options are. But I don't want to invest a ton of time working with my lawyer until I know, okay, what interest might the town even have? If you guys are not interested in any of this, then it's very easy. We just go with the outage work we've been doing and continue down that road. But if there's interest in going beyond that, let us know and we'll start working on it.
Yeah, our hands are kind of tied with our rates being, well, Jeff was made the comment, one of the highest locally, and we're basing it off of what you guys are charging us.
But you guys are being charged on a 3-phase rate right now, which is seasonal. Our residential rates are not seasonal. And I can tell you, if you go back 10 years, our rates were some of the highest in the state. I mean, you can go look, the Energy Information Administration keeps that information. It's not a secret. If you go look today, the work we've done over the past 10 years, we're averaging the state. So we've lowered our rates some, we've had some rate decreases, but the rest of the state has come up at such a rate. Now, we're average around the state.
Well, in 2000, I used your rates at that time to give the percentage that we would be billing, the town individually. So that's how that rate, and I don't believe it's changed since then.
it changed a few years ago when you had to raise the rate.
When we did, yeah.
Yeah, our rates, we, test my memory here, I think it was 2018, we had a rate decrease. And a few years after that, we had a rate decrease. Now, there's part of the power that we charge, just like you guys charge for your services in town, and you pay for electricity. We're paying Hoosier Energy, and they've got a part of their rate that changes quarterly. That rate went up, it's went back down. They've actually done some really great things that has been keeping it pretty low for a while. But that piece of the rate, yeah, that would go up and down. We didn't have any control.
Why are we on three-phase and that's not normal for if we were to go with you guys? What's the difference?
So that's gonna predate me, like probably living, having three-phase here. I can tell you, we've served three-phase here as long, I've been with the co-op for 30-some years. It's been three-phase power that entire time. That's the type of power that's apparently requested from us at some point.
Right.
No, but that's because we meter the town as a whole. We don't meter any individual homes.
If you can remember, all the boilers were operated off of three-phase. That was the primary. But the laundry machines and whatnot that we had, I wasn't alive, that was in town, they were all three-phase. So there was three-phase supply, and they just kept it that way. They just opened it up on three-phase.
So is that better
Three-phase,
Yeah,
like for industrial customers that are running 3 shifts, yeah, it's typically a better price. For residential accounts, I would say no, it's not a better price. And that's something that can be part of what we discussed is if you don't need three-phase service anymore, is it possible to convert it back to single phase? I mean, that's something we'll definitely look at. Because we don't have a lot of visibility. I mean, obviously, we can come in and drive around, but we don't have any visibility to what happens past that meter out there, the Davies. Yeah, the Davies Martin County.
Break it down and figure out. Because I think there was something with, as you know, the 3 circuits here in town, and then the uptown circuit, so, we'll talk about
And
it.
we can map out the town and kind of get a better feel of what that would look like. My background is doing engineering studies for load, so determining what size wire, what size service needs to go into a place. So we can help determine that. I'll tell you straight up, we're a nonprofit. My motivation for doing this is not to make profit because we're nonprofit and if we bring back, it gets reinvested and back goes back to our members. But what happens in town impacts what happens outside of town. So power outages inside of town or reliability issues inside town are going to affect Westgate at some point. And as Westgate continues to grow, as we start seeing these laboratories, we start seeing these loads that are very sensitive, we want to make sure we're not impacting those. So anything we can do to help reliability inside of town is going to help our reliability in process area.
I think we definitely should get with our lawyer and see what legally we can do. I definitely like the idea of REMC coming in and mapping it out. This system has been neglected for 25 plus years. We have been trying to fix things as we go, but 25 years is a long time to.
An example, you'd asked about a new service in town, and we shot across what was it, 2,500. That price just keeps going up. And when you look at the cost of electric material, especially electric industry materials, things like transformers, metering, wires, it's going up faster than inflation. Yeah. We try to absorb the cost of the transformer, which is like $1,500, and the cost of the meter, which you're going to ballpark $110 to $150 depending on what type of meter it is. We're trying to recover that through that base service charge. So we're recovering it over 20 or 30 years. When you pay for it up front, it gets expensive. The cost of a new service, so $1,500 is a transformer, $1,000 is the cost of the new service. We try to recover some of that through rates. So that cost for a customer connecting on UDWI would have been zero. If it's a transformer, it would be recovered through the base facility charge, and there's allowance towards plant for the rest of the $1,000. So it helps smooth out costs for the members.
Well, there's certain areas, especially like behind his house, through the alleyway, which is one of the electrical easements right away. They need to be broken down with transformers because they've got such a long run, especially on his side, well, both sides.
Yeah.
There's such a long run off of one transformer.
Yeah, and so we had an outage or partial power recently that the lineman that came in commented on. Yeah, that thing runs a long time. I don't know if that affected your house at all or was close to your house.
That one didn't affect my house, but yeah, it was this whole
Oh, Larimer, yeah.
north side of town.
So that's what he was trying to map out. Okay, what does this transformer serve? Who am I going to affect? What do I need to do to make sure I'm safe when I'm working in here before we do it? And the issue he found was it's called a Kearney or a split bolt. Old technology. We've gotten rid of them from our system because over time those bolts they'll loosen, and especially on a neutral, they cause damage in the house. So that's a quick thing that we would say, okay, first thing we want to do is get rid of all the Kearneys, replace them with squeeze connections. There's a lot of open secondary in town. We've got rid of all the open secondary on our system.
Yeah.
I won't say all. There's pockets of our system where you still see some force.
Oh, yeah.
We try to get rid of all the open secondary because it's difficult to keep up.
I've seen that.
And
in
trees
Bluefield.
impacted more than the triplex secondary that we use now. So, here, I won't take any more of you guys' time. I
Any
appreciate your
questions?
listening.
Yes.
Nobody has asked a thing, but we've got more people watching than we have had in forever. 9 people are on watching.
Well,
You guys have my contact information.
appreciate you, man.
Shane,
I'm always here.
definitely appreciate it.
But I do want to make sure we do work towards getting a contract in place so we can get folks going where they're not relying on me. Because if I'm on travel, one time Jeff called me, I was on my mower, couldn't answer, or didn't hear until later. I want to make sure that your folks are taken care of just like our folks are taken care of. Or we've got multiple layers to keep people taken care of.
Thank you, thank you.
So, I'll leave you guys, but you know how to get.
Thank you,
I'll
appreciate
see you.
you.
Thank you, Shane.
Anything that you need or you have?
No, I got the email from, Riley Darrell for the concrete and then slash asphalt, which I'll just forward it to the clerk. I meant to print it out for you, but I'm sorry.
That's all right. We're gonna be trying to go through and fix some of the sidewalks where the concrete has been taken out. That's what this quote is.
And we still gotta do research yet on, that meeting we discussed at.
Up to 7 acres.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to decide more on that. So the county is interested in making some kind of a deal with the town, whether it's a purchase, whether it's some kind of a deal with the town to use the 7 acres to develop upon, whether it be homes, whether it's whatever. The town, or the board is going to be discussing this together to decide if and what we would be willing to accept
No expense.
with no expense. Now, that being in mind, we do have to keep at least a section of that being open because of the new lift station. Because when they're doing our sewer, they're putting a new lift station
Which that is
Somewhere.
kind of part of it.
somewhere on that parcel.
And that's all through the county attorney. No
Yes.
expense to us, nothing.
Right. All right, let's see.
That's all I
Yeah, I think that's, I don't think there's anything new,
need. Any update on tagging the vehicles?
not yet. No. I have to get a hold of the sheriff. I thought there was, did we have a ordinance to sign? I was thinking that we just had one here recently. Who's up first to say?
I think you are right. I don't remember what it was.
The square footage. The square footage for new builds.
Oh. I think that was on last meeting's minutes.
Yeah, it was on the minutes for the last meeting, but, we hadn't actually signed it yet, so. That was enough. Alright. If I don't have anything else. You don't have anything?
No.
Just
Anybody
public
have any
ed.
questions?
Any
Don't
questions?
mind asking.
Speak up or hold your peace.
We have 11 people on.
Oh, everybody.
Okay, I'll make a motion to close.
All second.